Oh, I didn't see you there. My name's Josh. I don't care what your name is, but I do, kind of. Not really. Anyways, we're in sunny San Diego, California. We're at one of my projects, but this video isn't about fix and flips or real estate. It's really about the guide or the step-by-step ways for you to purchase your first home. You probably searched, how do I buy my first home? And I popped up, hopefully. You either graduated college, just started a family, got a job promotion, or you just need a house and this is your first time. You're tired of living at your parents' house. So my job is to walk you step by step. So follow me. It's going to be real quick. Let's go. All right. So step one is getting out of this dungeon that you live in. You probably live in your mom's basement right now, like this is. But the goal is to find out what you can afford. You've been living rent free or you've been living with a roommate. So rent and mortgages don't really correspond for you. The first step is to go find a lender. Now, there's lenders all across the country. You can go to mortgage calculators online. You can do a lot of stuff by searching for a lender, but I would recommend a local mortgage broker in your city or state because they have more time, more flexibility, more programs for your first-time home buyers. Now, what do you need? They're gonna tell you they need your bank statements, your pay stubs, your W-2s, and your driver's license. So have that stuff ready because that's just the initial conversation. They can't do anything. They can't give you numbers without that information. And secondly, know your numbers in terms of what you want to pay monthly for your mortgage, because that will help your loan officer decipher which direction and which program to go. If you're like me, you don't like talking to people, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to talk to your lender and be very transparent. They're going to have to run your credit score. They're going to have to look at your bank statements. Just have an open and candid conversation with them. For you guys, minimum credit score is 620. So if you have anything above 620, you're going to qualify for a loan. When it comes to employment, they don't really care how long you've been working, just that you have the income coming in and it's consistent full-time work. If you work part-time, it gets a little tricky. So make sure you're very super honest and transparent with your lender because it'll save you plenty of time down the line. Now, when it comes to bank statements, they're not really looking for much. They're just looking for how much you have saved up for a down payment. Now, your down payment has to be at least 3%. That's not much in this day and age. So if you're looking to just focus on down payment, 3% is your minimum. If you wanted to do more in terms of have a lesser payment, you want to put more money down. But those are some of the questions that your lender is going to ask and that you guys can kind of play with. So set aside about an hour of phone call conversation with this lender. All right, once you've figured out how much you qualify for, what your mortgage payment's gonna be, all that good stuff, it's to come up with some realistic expectations. Now, the real estate market right now is kind of hectic, and some of you guys think you can afford nicer areas than you can, but at the same time you can't. Oh, sorry about that. At the same time, you can't. Now, when you're in a situation where you're looking at the higher end of your mortgage payment, you have to realize that you're not gonna check off all the items on your list. So if you want a nice neighborhood, you want 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, you want 2,000 square feet, you want close to freeway, like just set realistic expectations for what you're gonna get. If you only qualify for $1,000 in San Diego, you're moving to Arizona. So keep that in mind when you start searching for a home. The house we're in now is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and this is gonna sell for $850,000 in Escondido, California. So know your expectations, know what areas you want. Don't settle, but just understand that this is your first house. It's going to be a stepping stone to your next house, right? It could be a rental property, short-term and long-term. All right, so you got your mortgage payment, you got your expectations, you found the house of your dreams. What happens next? Now, no one really knows until you start getting into it. And your realtor will suck at explaining it to you, but it's very, very quick. You have 30 days to close your deal. You have to call your lender with the contract, and the lender calls the escrow company. Escrow company calls you, says, wire in your earnest money deposit. That's a deposit you agreed to. Once you do that, your realtor is gonna, or should, schedule your home inspection, your roof inspection, your termite inspection, your main sewer line inspection. Get all those inspections done as soon as possible. And then you're gonna get a set of disclosures. It's gonna be like 400 or 500 pages of, and you're not gonna have any idea what they say. So sit down, carve out 2 or 3 hours. Don't just docu-sign everything. Write down all your questions, set an appointment with your real estate agent, and go through everything, because that's the way the world works. They want you to rush through it. Don't rush through it. Take your time with these documents, because these are life-changing documents, and they could get you in trouble and they could save you in the long run. After that 21-day period of just scrambling, could be shorter, you finally get to sit down, breathe, sign off on your loan contingencies, and wait for the closing day. And at that day, you're going to sign with a notary. They're going to go ahead and ask you to wire the funds. You wire the funds, and you get your keys the very next day. All right, so you found your house, you're moving in, you're soaking up all the energy and the beautifulness of your house. You felt that you accomplished something, but now the fun starts, right? You got to start your direct deposit with your bank. You'll get a letter in the mail from your bank that says, hey, here's how you set up your direct deposit. One thing you'll also get is some scams in the mail. I don't know why anyone doesn't talk about this, but you'll get something in the mail that says, hey, pay $50 and you'll get a deed in the mail. You already get a copy of that for free. So don't worry about that. Just wait for the official letter from your lender showing you how to set up your direct deposit and start making your payment. You get to skip your first month technically, because mortgages are in the rears, where rent is where you pay first of the month. So that very next 15th of the month, they will deduct that mortgage payment from your checking account. And now you're an official homeowner. So congratulations. DM me if you have any questions. Shoot me an email. Leave a comment below. Hope this was beneficial. If not, sorry.